Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. We're going to get started in a few minutes. I'm going to give a couple more minutes for some folks to join us here watching on Twitch live so that people can see the build. We'll give a few more minutes. I want to thank you all for joining me. Hello, Waffles. So if anybody is a subscriber like Waffles is, they can throw the Bear Cave emote. Bear Cave emote is for anybody that subscribes with a Twitch coin or just, because they spent money. Hello and welcome. Some people are here in chat. That's good. We got some people watching. That's good. Thank you, Westbrook. Thank you, Waffles, for that Bear Cave up, letting people know what the deal is with that. You can use your Twitch coin if you have Twitch Prime. Reminder, if you've subscribed with a Twitch coin before, you have to physically renew yourself. Not physically, but you have to click a thing to renew. It doesn't auto-renew. I assume it's so that you'll follow different people and try out different subscriptions. But it is annoying as someone who does this to have my numbers drop when I remember, oh, that's when I had a bunch of new subscribers that day. So we'll love it if you can subscribe. But obviously, give a follow. If you don't follow, definitely give a follow. So that way you know when we go live. All right, so I got a few people in. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to continue to work on our kit. Oh, let me just adjust this here. There we go. There we go. So we are working on our real grade of the Wing Gundam from Gundam Wing. Wing Gundam, Gundam Wing. This is the first appearance of this model, the Wing Gundam. That's the style we're working with. Even though in the storyline it's the second version, because there's the prototype, the Zero, which we've built before. That's the one with the wings. We built the master grade of that. So this is just this one. I picked this one up because I wanted to work with a real grade. I've only done one before. And I also wanted to finally build a Gundam that transforms. This transforms into a jet. That is a thing that I was like, I don't have any transforming ones. And it's not a massive change. But, shield comes off, goes on the front, it folds up. These go like this to kind of just be out of the way. And it becomes a jet, quote unquote. So that'll be at the end. But that's not today. We have done our waist and we've done our legs in our last build on Thursday. So we're going to work on the body unit, the waist and chest area. And then we'll work on the arms. And that'll probably be today. And then my guess is that next Thursday we will finish up the arms and we will finish up the head and the wings and then be ready to go. And then next Thursday I might get to my next model kit, because these don't take too long to do the real grade, because they're 144, so they're on obviously this is small, right? Coming from the Millennium Falcon, which was as wide as the stupid desk that I use, to go from that to this is quite the shock. So let's get into it. Enough of that. Got this piece out here. Remember, the way this works is you could basically, if you wanted to, build the entire skeleton on its own. And maybe I'll do that one of these days. Maybe with one of these real grades, I will skip around the steps and not build the outer armor and just build the skeleton first. As I get more comfortable with these styles of kits, I might actually do that, because that would be kind of cool if I kind of did it out of order. I've got a little phlegm in my throat. I apologize for that. I'll probably take more water breaks than I normally do. And I'm not coming down with anything, thankfully. I know exactly what it is. I cleaned my apartment a lot today. I threw out a bunch of stuff. I got rid of a dresser and put in a new one. I bagged up a bunch of stuff that will go to Goodwill. So that's good, but it kicked up a lot of dust and dirt and stuff behind. So I know that my throat is agitated by all the dirt and debris, because you clean and you think you're doing a good job, but are you moving your dresser? Are you vacuuming under the bed that you can reach with a vacuum? Are you moving the bed from the wall? I mean, I'm not. Maybe you are. Maybe you're way better at it than I am. But I'm screwing up constantly when it comes to that. All right, so we're going to need this in a second, but we also need G and A. So hey, let me know. As always, you can always just send me a Twitter message if you'd like with photos. If you're building anything tonight, always let me know in chat what's going on with you. Um, I love hearing from you and knowing what you're building. So if you're building your own model kit, if you're working on a puzzle, if you're painting something, hey, if you're just like doing some paperwork, or you're just relaxing, you just got the audio going, you're not even looking at the kit I'm building, you just like hearing me chat, let me know what you're up to in the chat. I love hearing from you and knowing what's up. A3. Nothing crazy to report on my end here in the Baer Cave, where we all are right now. I don't need. So this goes like this. This goes like this. So yeah, so we're working on the chest area here of our Gundam. Yeah, it's taking me a little while to get used to this small build size again, because obviously Legos are small, but most pieces are tiny, and you're just building them up and out. But this is certainly a bit of a different style, isn't it? I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up for building, and my $10 Patreon backers will be able to vote on what I build next. That is the luxury of giving me $10 a month through Patreon, is they get to decide. So I'm going to put a poll up probably next week, because, like I said, I don't think we're going to finish tonight, but we're probably going to finish on Thursday. And if we don't finish on Thursday, then we will get very close on Thursday. So I want to give them a heads up so they can decide. I've got Lego kits. I've got Gundams. I've got. Oh, hey, Johnny Warps. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining the chat and watching the stream, of course. So yeah, so I've got a few kits lined up. I do have a Gunpla kit, model kit from Gundam that is, for the first time ever, not a Gundam. It's a Gunpla. Robots with wings are better robots with wings. Totally true. So yeah, so I have this Gunpla kit that I'm kind of like, I'd like to build, but I'm going to leave it up to my $10 backers on Patreon. They vote. I also vote in the poll, but it's up to them. The order of stuff that I build. So I'm leaving it up to them to decide. I'm going to put that poll up probably on Monday. So that way I have a few days for them to vote, and I can send them a reminder and all of that. That seems to have worked well in the past, so that's how I do that. But yeah, I kind of hope we don't go back to Lego. I like Lego a lot, but I did so much. I'm going to adjust this a little bit here, because when I lean down, my face leaves. Great. But I really did enjoy working on that Millennium Falcon. But it was such a big thing. It took so long that I wouldn't mind the chance to do another Gundam right after this one. Or another Gunpla, another robot. If I can't do the that. Okay. So I seem to be missing something very important. Oh, here it goes. I was looking at this wrong. All right, so I need to put some. I need another one there. You'll personally accept robots with big rocket boosters instead of wings. Okay. I'm not going to talk too much about Fallout 4 because I've been talking a bunch on stream. But I just put on my one of my power armor a jetpack, and it's pretty fun. Having a jetpack in Fallout, and then like dropping down and landing and doing radiant damage when you land is pretty stupid in a way that I'm really into. I've been doing a lot of damage that way, a lot of like landing and really hurting the people that I'm attacking. So that's been pretty fun. All right, so this is got to go like this. This is coming together a little differently than most of these types. And then our clear centerpiece. And hello, Christopher Floyd, and welcome. Yes, I am indeed a Gunpla enthusiast. Welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. We are indeed doing some Gunpla. I got my real grade Wing Gundam here. This is the second real grade that we've done on the stream, so that is also the second real grade I've ever done. Overall, my impressions are it's been good. These legs are not loose like the Exia that we built on stream. That was not a particularly solid kit. It looks fucking really cool, and the weapons are all very cool. But as far as kits go, it was not my favorite. It's very loose. I'm gonna have to like really put it together and wrap it very well when I send that out down the road, obviously. Leaping off tall building is fun. Yes, Mr. Bob, it is very fun in a power suit and Fallout 4, like jumping off a roof and landing and have it be me no big deal. Yes, Christopher, Floyd, Chris, hello. Also, hello. Yeah, so the basic idea is that I'll show you on stream, I'll show everybody else. Let's see. So this sheet here had it just has the arms and hands left, but you can see on the arm it's like one big skeletal piece with the hands, and there's like a replacement hand if I want to take that off. And that was true with the legs and the chest. Real grade are like high grades with some tricks from the master grades. Some of the detailing is a little different. They make for interesting kits, but it's nice to have an in between because I have no real interest in building a high grade right now. That's not necessarily like the size or scope of what I want to do, but it is cool to have the option to have something in between that and a master grade. And you could theoretically build the skeletal frame and nothing else, and it would stand up and function. I might have to put the feet armor together. I think I would have to do that. But everything else I could do. And I've been thinking about maybe doing that. So that might be something the next real grade that I pick up or gets purchased for me on my Amazon wishlist. More details on that later, as always. But yeah, I've been thinking I might do that in the future. All right, so I got to slip this in. I'm trying to figure out where this goes. It goes like this. Great. Got that. Moving along here on our chest, getting things done there. Yeah, I don't no, I agree with you. There's a lot of detail considering it's 144 instead of 100. I mean, I'm going to be real. We all know I much prefer the 100 scale. I think the size is more substantial and it's cool, but for the size you are getting a lot of cool detail work. So I do appreciate that. E and F. All right. I don't think I've done much with E or F. E I have not used any pieces from, so this is the first there. And then let's find F. This is F as well. Great. Yeah, so there's plenty of detail in this, which I appreciate. There we go. A lot of color in this particular kit, but that's pretty true of the Wing Gundam in general. You've got your red and blue and white and yellow, gold accent pieces, which is pretty typical for your traditional main series Gundam in the series. bu- bu- And there we go. All right. Hello, Harold, and welcome. Size can be downside as well. You don't have a shelf space. Oh, Johnny Warps, I don't have room for anything. I have that master grade that I of the Death Scythe Hell Custom that I've been meaning to put up, but I haven't put up yet. And I do have my Millennium Falcon that's out in the living room for no one to see, because we don't, neither myself nor my roommate have company that often, if ever. But it's out there displayed. Uh, yeah, I prefer the 100 scale. I think these real grades are kind of cool. I know there's a new real grade. I think the is it a people are better with the news than I am keeping up. I think the unicorn they just announced that's coming out next year. Uh, so that's cool. Um, and there's a lot of movement in this for high grades. I always felt like the articulation is you're losing the articulation by going with a um, by going with the size, which I understand. It makes sense why that's true. But I always appreciate the real grade, or at least the two that I've built so far, as being pretty like movable. There's a lot of options, a lot of good poses you can do. So I appreciate that. All right, I need C and A. I dropped one of my sheets, so I'm going to have to get up and get that. The next time I need a G. So when you see me get up, it's because I dropped my G. And I need to go pick it up. C is A. I need A and C. So as always, I haven't memorized like what each of these sheets looks like yet. I always know what an A looks like. The A is always the same. Your A is always going to have multiple different colors, but a lot of these sheets have different colors. A is always going to have parts of your head. So that's easy enough to jump into. The RG Unicorn is, oh, it is out. Okay. I didn't know that that was out. That's awesome. I just saw someone send me a link to it, and I didn't follow up with it. So that's out. That's cool. That might be something I pick up myself, or it'll probably end up on the wish list. I'll link to that a little bit. My Amazon wish list, which is a great way to support me if that's something you'd like to do. Because it lets me keep doing stuff like this. Is this the right piece? This is not the right piece. Is it? It is. Okay. So for a second, this might be the wrong piece. It's just it's telling me things that I was I was a little confused about, but that's fine. We're gonna get there. Let's see. You've never done a real grade or master grade. You've done a bunch of high grades, some old wing, one no grades, and one. Well, okay. So here's the deal, Lastbrook. You've done a perfect grade. So master grades will be a walk in the park. Obviously, those G Gundam master grades have like a couple screws in each, so those are a little annoying. But like any of the modern ones, your wing or even your X are going to be a cakewalk if you did a perfect grade. Because I've done 2 perfect grade in my life. I did a perfect grade Zaku, and I did one other one. I can't remember what it was. It might have been in the original Gundam, and that took a lot out of me and took a long time to build. It was awesome. It was rad as hell. I think I have like 2 perfect grades currently in my wish list, which I'm never expecting anyone to purchase, but they're there in case someone decided they wanted to. Then I'm not going to say no, but yeah, perfect grade was an investment in time. But master grades, yeah, Lesbrook, if you ever get the um, yeah, if you ever get the urge, master grades are where it's at, as far as I'm concerned. Real grade is fun. I like it. I like these. I'm not like mad at it. But to me, as far as I can tell, based on what I've built so far, I'm very much a huge fan for the Master Grade, the MG. That's my kit right now. Although this interlocking right now is interesting. It interlocked pretty well. I already think this is a better real grade than the Exia. Exia was cool, like I said, had the weapons that I was into building, because I am a bit of a sucker for cool weapons, cool guns, cool swords. I mean, I bought that RX 785, the G5, which is like was first made appearance in a PS2 game. I bought that mainly because it had a Gatling gun, or a machine gun, I should say, and I just thought that would be awesome to have. So, what do I know? I'm gonna lock this down. So, one of the more annoying things I find in building these is getting the neck piece down so that when you put your head on, it actually stays on. But that seems to be pretty secure. I took my time with that. I apologize. So now we're gonna have the thing where if anything is loose or weird, it's gonna be this. For every wing, every Wing Gundam, every Z Gundam Zero, the shoulder-mounted guns, high grade, master grade, and I'm gonna guess real grade. The shoulder-mounted guns always seem to be kind of annoying. So we need F and G. So we'll see if this is also going to be super annoying. We'll find out. 18 are these. But in the past, they've been kind of annoying to you want them to pop up. They're like shoulder-mounted machine guns. You want to pop up and be useful, and they don't want to pop up, or they stay popped up and they don't want to pop back down. We'll see if these are better than the other kits that I built. 2 more 100s or high grades like the yes, yeah. Yeah, Fiddly is definitely the name of the game with a lot of these. Give me a second. I have to go. I'm going to wheel over instead of getting up. Yeah, we did it. And while I'm moving, I'm going to get a sip of water, so apologize for that. Here we go. Broke the seal earlier than I would like, so now I'm probably going to have to keep refueling the old water supply here. As I said, I did some, those of you that joined, you didn't hear that part, I did a lot of little home renovation today. Moved in a new dresser, got rid of my old one. I still have to bring it out to the curb, but for the most part, it's moved. And then had to clean up in here and move some stuff around, and I kicked up a lot of dirt and dust. Because you try, but it's impossible to always nail it. Okay, so then I need G30. All right, so I'm going to try to put these guns together, the shoulder-mounted miniguns, and then I'm going to try to place it on the shoulders where they belong. And if they fall off or if they fall apart, I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to try to fix them. The two parts that are always annoying on just about every kit are the back here, this part right here. These things like to fall off of the skirt, and sometimes these kind of shoulder-mounted gun thingies have a tendency to not be as secure as I would like. But we'll do our best, as it were. Yeah, the high grades there's something to be said for a high grade kit. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I think that when you're talking about, like, I'll be honest, I'm not just building for fun. I'm building as a streaming thing. So I want to do kits that are interesting for me to build, that might be interesting for you to watch me build, that are fun to build. And high grades, I don't have a lot of fun building them. I've got a high grade Death Scythe custom, because of course I do. And then I have the master grade of that. And then one of these days I'll get the perfect grade Death Scythe, and that will not go to someone. That will stay with me and be mine forever, because the Death Scythe is still my favorite Gundam. Hands down my favorite Gundam. Don't think I'll ever, I'll never say never. A new show could come out, or a show that I haven't watched I could check out and be like, oh, this thing rules. But right now, at this moment, my baby is the Death Scythe. So one of these days, I'm gonna have to get a master kit of the original one because I have the Hell in high grade and the Hell custom from Wing or from Endless Waltz master grade. So one of these days, I'm gonna have to get the original, probably in master grade. And I'll build that. Okay, so these went on, not too bad. They pop up like this. The master grade, like the guns pop up and out, and that was, I think, the problem. So I don't mind that these just pop up and down. Hopefully they will stay on. We did that, and then we can attach it now, which is good. Um, uh, Coupon Crackers, you've always been tempted to do a Gundam kit, never took the dive. I've done a few model cuts. I mean, so the thing is, like, depending on how old you are, like when I was a kid, snap model kits were not the rage. It wasn't until I was in my mid to late teens, because I was born in 1980. So in the mid to late 90s, when snap kits started becoming a popular thing, especially in the US, I never looked back. But like glue kits, I never was really good at. I would make like model planes and stuff and never do a great job with it. So I would say for a starter kit, like, I mean, the easiest thing is to get a chibi, right? Get an SD kit, right? The super deformed, they're tiny, they're little, they sit on your desk, they're a paperweight. It's fun. But high grade is a good place to start. If you've never done a kit before, I wouldn't say start with a master grade. I wouldn't even say with a real grade. I would say get yourself a high grade kit and get a Gundam you like, right? Because you know how it looks. That's a nice thing. A tip I give to a few people that want to get into it is like, if you're building a kit that you can kind of feel it out. You're like, oh, the armor goes on this way because that's how his legs look, or it. I'm making the male, but you know what I mean. Um, that is a thing that I'm always suggesting to people when they ask me about getting into this. Is if you find a kit you like from a show then it might be better off. Also, Gundam Planet is a great resource for looking up kits that are Gundam and otherwise. They have other model kits from Bandai. They have got some of the Star Wars stuff. They've got other things like back in the day, somewhere in my parents' house still lives the Bebop. I built the Bebop, which was a really fun little model kit. It was like around. It was not a numbered or lettered kit, but it wasn't graded. It was a no grade kit, but it was really easy to build. It was high grade, definitely, but it looked rad. And I've never built an Eva, nothing from Evangelion. I liked that show, but I never loved it, so I had no real interest in building from that. So I never did. I know there are plenty of people that love it, love that show, love those kits. They're into it. They're engaged. It's just not my jam. So I've never built one. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I always just say, like, if there's something you like out there, give it a shot. Give it a kit a try. These can be expensive. I'm not here to tell you that this is a cheap hobby. One of the reasons why I'm still managed to be able to do this like I am is because I have the support of folks like y'all, which is awesome. But I would certainly be building less kits if I wasn't live streaming. If I was just here and I was like watching YouTube videos of PUBG, I would not have all the kits that I currently have. Okay, so it's advising us to take the hand off of this, which I'm okay. So I'm going to take the hand off, put that aside, and we're going to build ourselves a armor that goes around this hand. So we'll get some D going here. This is G. Yep. Let's find, this is E. And that's F. That's A. Let's see. Here's D. D1. Great. So we'll do that. It's Pet Bear. Where's this about YouTube and create vibrant? Ha! Amazon gave kit 1 star because it came in pieces and required assembly. Yeah, Waffles. Some people don't know what model kits mean. They were looking for an action figure. What are you gonna do? What do you do for now? I wish that I created viral content. That my life would be a lot better if I was producing viral content. Now, my free time is my predominant internet watching is YouTube, various YouTube stuff. I talk about it here. I watch a lot of anime. Right now, I'm not watching a lot of anime because there's nothing that really appeals to me happening on my Crunchyroll. So I'm kind of waiting for January when there's new stuff. Although I'm hoping that a few new things start now. I have to get back into looking at the posts and checking the web to see what's coming out. So I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of videos about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I watch a lot of PUBG on Twitch. I watch lots of Twitch streaming of Hearthstone and lots of YouTube videos about Hearthstone because that is my those two games I play the most of anything. I've been watching late at night. I watch I will watch a ton of what was I gonna say? Oh, late in the evening I will watch this streamer No Respawns, maybe with a Z at the end. He's a British gentleman who builds settlements in Fallout 4 and does lots of very interesting, very complex, very cool design stuff with glitches and mods and all kinds of things. And it's very relaxing and interesting and kind of low key, and that's a lot of my before I go to sleep wind down videos, because he's pretty engaging, and also I make compromises, right? Everybody makes compromises. I don't think that some of the streamers that I watch are good people. They're engaging and good at being streamers, but I don't necessarily think they're awesome folks, which is a bummer. I'd much rather watch a lot of people that are rad, and I do watch people that are rad, but I make concessions that for quality entertainment, sometimes I will watch streams of people that I think are maybe problematic is the right word. I'm not really sure how to say this. Haven't put a lot of thought into it, but there's some people that I just necessarily don't think might be the coolest folks. But No Respawn seems to be perfectly fine. Just perfectly fine. Did I ever give Recovery a Memo? Junkie. So I watched, I think, about 2 episodes of that. I bet it gets better. I didn't really like the first 2 episodes. But you found it pleasant and cute. You know what? I will take a look because I am craving more anime right now. Gotta watch some anime. So, gotta get me some more anime. So I will take that in consideration and give it another shot because maybe I will like it. As I said, the one show that I've been really into, that I've been kind of following pretty consistently is C8 and C22. Love is Like a Cocktail. It's short. It's 3 minutes. It's cute as hell. Tough ass business lady getting their job done, doing a thing. Anytime has a drink, becomes a kind of puddle of cute and dropped a piece. Got it though. All right, we did it. Anytime she has a drink, she kind of becomes kind of like a chill, relax, kind of very cute. And then so it's a husband and wife. And there's a couple other characters kind of in the show, but it's mostly about this husband and wife duo and their relationship, and a little bit of alcohol here and there. And it's like I said, it's a gag, kind of like 3 minutes, and it's very cute. I would say when it's all out, you could just watch all of them because there's no intro song, and the closing theme is kind of fun and short. And every show has a different alcohol, and they give you the recipe of how to create it, which is kind of cool. I don't drink, and I still like it. So I would say that's probably the best endorsement I could give anything, is even though I have no interest in the alcoholic drinks that are being served, I still think it's a very cute, fun show. and so I recommend it. All right, so we're building a lot of components here, and then I guess we're going to put all these components together eventually. Where'd that go? Okay. Yeah, so we're building a lot of components here for our arm pieces. F21 is a blade here. Oof. All right, and then we need F17 and then some stuff on our arms here. And G31. We'll keep moving. Recovery of an MMO junkie. It resonated with you. Yeah, I mean, as a person that doesn't play MMOs much anymore, but certainly did for quite some time, I hear you. So maybe I'll check that out. I don't think I've talked about this on stream. Let's talk about it. So I was in a World of Warcraft guild, and it ruled. It was a great time. And everyone but 2 people in that guild all lived in New York and all did comedy at the Upright Citizens Brigade. Some were teachers, some were students. A lot of them were performers on house teams. And then one of our friends had 2 friends like in the Midwest that needed a guild, and they played. And nobody but my one friend knew them. But everybody else knew each other, and we were all like, we all played a lot of times together. A lot of people had gaming laptops. Whoops, we got here. Harold, thank you for hosting. I appreciate it. So yeah, so like we all played together. A lot of times we would meet at our training center in the classroom space, and everybody that had a gaming laptop, or even people that just had like a laptop that would just play it, you know, underperforming because it's still WoW, and you could get away with it being, not having to have something super powerful and still be able to play. So it was the weirdest, coolest experience with an MMO and a gaming experience. Like I played, I mean, eventually I had a druid that I really liked, but I started out with a rogue, and it was great because I could stealth or whatever and DPS. But we had good healers, we had other good DPS folks. I just dropped a piece, so I'm going to try to find it. Hold on a second, but I'm going to keep talking as I look for this piece. This is bad because it's tiny. What do we got here? What's going on? Oh, I got a cheer. Thank you so much, Harold. I really appreciate that cheer. Yeah, I always accept those. It's very nice of you. I found the piece that I dropped, and now I'm picking it up. We did it. We did it, everybody. Yes, if you turn it down, you can make WoW run on anything, even a potato. Quite right. Quite right, Johnny Warps. So yeah, we played together, and it was really fun because sometimes we would, like I said, we would all be in a room together, which is a very unique experience for an MMO because it was like just being able to lean over and talk to people. Yeah, so I could solo and stealth around, but then I also had really solid backup from my friends, and it was like, I don't know, it was just a really rad experience that I don't think I'm ever gonna get again. With an MMO, like, I don't know, unless I start living with people and we all decide to play the same game, I don't think I'm gonna ever have that again. And it was rad, and I played it for quite some time. Our guild never amounted to anything. Eventually, one of the founding members got really into wanting to be better at the game and raiding, and like he got obsessed with being in a goddamn good guild. So he like had to leave. He stayed on the same server and joined up like the number 3 server on there, because we were all like, yeah, man, we're never gonna get there, and none of us wanted to. Like when I got a mount, I was like, cool, I ride a cat now. Thanks, I'm good. I think like I had a panther or something that I rode, and that to me was like, okay, this is probably as high as I'm going to get. I never maxed out a character. Can't tell you. I had a bunch of ones that I really liked playing. I would usually kind of just eventually just try something else if I was bored with what I was doing more than anything. I really loved it. I loved my time with it, but it was because I played with people, I think, that I really why I liked it so much. Yeah, and I don't think I would get that again. So it was fun while it lasted. WoW was really cool for quite some time. All right. So let's try to get this piece on here. All right. That really like that? Okay. I guess it goes like that. All right. All right. And then this goes into the arm. But what do these little pieces do? God damn it. What's happening here? I'm a bit confused. Oh, I got a little excess here. That's why. That's why I was confused. Oh. Yeah, Johnny Warps. Would not want to be in a guild with you if that's how you play. No thanks, Johnny. No thanks at all. I have put this on wrong, so I'm like trying to figure that out here. You'll have to give me a moment. I think I put this side shielding on wrong, so I'm going to quickly try to take that apart. No, that was right. Okay, I did that right. All right. As always, sometimes you just the second arm is going to go a lot better than the first one because I'm kind of trying to figure out all this out here. But I think I'll have a better shot at it when I do the second one. So now we'll just put this arm in here, figure out how that goes in like that. Great. I don't know what these little things in the back do yet. I'll find out. I have an idea. I don't really know for sure. And then we can put the hands back on. So we've got a couple different hands we can do. We can do the closed fist like here. I'm going to put the piece on to get that ready. And then we'll try the other one here. Still really good friends with your WoW guild, even though none of us really play it anymore. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, they were all friends or at the very least acquaintances. Everyone that I played WoW with, so I keep up with most of them. There's a couple people that I don't talk to as much as I would would like, but I try to keep in touch with most of them. You know, the internet age can kind of keep up what's going on. But yeah, I'm not a casual player necessarily when it comes to an MMO. I wouldn't call myself a junkie, but I did play, you know, a lot. So, all right. So let's see why this isn't working the way I want it to. What do these little stupid things do? Okay. I see now. Okay, so I have to take these pieces off. I didn't really understand what these do. These are supposed to bend in and attach. I don't know why. Why am I like I don't think I can show these little tiny pieces here like bend up and lock into place. And I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? Why is this a feature in this? Why do I have like these weird extra bendy pieces that are like why? What do these do? Like reinforce like why am I doing this? I don't know. I'm saying why a bunch, but I am legitimately confused as to why these little things are like this. All right, I think I did it. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, so then we can put this pieces back on here. Like I said, when I do this again on the other side, it will work a lot better. Well, Johnny Warps, you just fucking laid out a crazy heist story that you ended up realizing you couldn't pull off. Which, like, you know, had you been in certain games, would have been, I think, far more cool, and people would have been much more into you pulling off the heist of a century than they would in other instances. I'm reading this here. Raiding guild and betrayed. You felt betrayed, so you were gonna, take what was yours and then disappear onto another server. But yeah, having a good plan and pulling off that plan are two separate things. And sometimes you're like, this is a good idea. Let's do this. It's fine, but sometimes when it comes down to it, you are who you are, even in the games you're playing. If you're not a thief, you're not a thief. So I understand. All right. Okay, now this all makes more sense. I apologize for how long this fucking arm took, but it was kind of tricky and weird. Like I said, the second one won't be as bad at all because now I've done it on this one. And 19 is over here. Great. Yeah, so the second one here won't be any big old deal because I've already done one arm. So the second arm should move pretty slow through. That was quite the story, Johnny Warps. Yep. I am. I like to describe myself as a giving person, a loving person, but all of the effort and work I put into my friends and being supportive and being there for them and being a champion of the people that I love, I have inside of me, the exact amount of the reverse. Whereas, like, you can mess with me, and I'll be like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll be a grown up. I'll be a big man about it. But when people mess with my friends, I am sometimes not a great guy about it. I don't turn the other cheek when it comes to my friends. I don't look away. I'm not the bigger man. I'm in some instances the worst man when it comes to that stuff. When people like mistreat my friends, I am often the worst version of me. And to the point where sometimes my friends have to be like, hey, I'm going to tell you a thing, but you can't be Pat Baer about it. You just have to listen. And that's great. If someone tells me, hey, I need you to listen, and I need you to like be there and be a supportive friend and not get involved, that's very important, and I'll totally listen if my friends tell me that. I've got no problem with that. But every once in a while, something comes up, and my normal reaction is to overreact when it comes to my friends. I'm better about it now than I was in the past. My rage issues in general are pretty quelled because I'm not a violent man, but I am a supportive man. All right, so we got the closed fist here, but you can also put there. And we also got our open hand. I'm going to do open. I'm going to put the fist in the box there. I like the open hand. We'll keep open hand for now. All right, so that's our arm. There's probably a little bit more shoulder work. Nope, we're jumping to the other one. Okay, so this is our shoulder. There'll be a little bit more pieces that have to go on to this, I'm sure, in a moment. Right now, we're going to work on our other arm. Put that on. So actually what's going to happen right now is we'll work on our other hand in a moment. But right now, while you're all chatting and having a good time in the chat, which is fine and cool and welcome to it, I'm going to put in some links here. Now, if you're watching this in the archive on my YouTube, youtube.com/PatBaer, Pat Baer, then you saw these in the show description. But here is my Patreon. Boom, in the chat. Here is my Amazon wish list. I'm doing these solo because if I put them all in once in the chat, they often stick together. and kind of ruin it. This is my Amazon wish list. Boom, in the chat. Anything bought up there will be built by me on the stream. And here is my coffee, Ko-Fi, to direct support. That just helps me do my thing. On Tuesday, or Wednesday, depending on when it arrives, I'm gonna do another mailbag on my YouTube. I have my mailbags where people can kind of check out what I'm up to and what like what comes in off my wish list. I always make a wish video when I get to the wish list. But one of the things that we're gonna have is a table, a new table. I put it on my Amazon wish list. Mr. Bob, who is in the chat, has been in the chat. Mr. Bob, I don't know if you're still there. If you are, hello and welcome. But yeah. So Mr. Bob bought me a table off the Amazon wish list, which is very generous, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Bob. And yeah, when that comes, I think, which says Tuesday, might be Wednesday, who knows, when I can pick it up, I'll do a video of that. So yeah, anything you send my Amazon wish list, I always do a video about. I've got computer components on that wish list, which, aren't necessarily necessary. I'm running this off my laptop. I would love to maybe do stuff on my desktop. I maybe prefer to stream off my desktop. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been thinking maybe I want to do stuff off my desktop instead of using my laptop. I think that might actually be a better experience for everybody, including myself. I'd love to do more games because what I found was the one time we did Hearthstone here, it wasn't necessarily a great experience for people that are watching the stream. The archive turned out okay, but the stream itself wasn't necessarily great. And y'all deserve better than what I gave you. So I would like to eventually upgrade my PC. So I've got some stuff there. None of it's necessary. As always, you don't have to spend a dime to enjoy what I do. If you want to just watch here, give me a follow on Twitch. That's very nice if you're not following me currently. You can subscribe here with your Twitch coin. If you have Twitch Prime, you can spend real money on that. $5 Patreon backers get the archive a couple hours after a stream, an unlisted version, and everyone else gets it the second day. I put it up live on YouTube for everyone. So that's my $5. Also, if I do, do a comedy video here and there, which I certainly do pretty consistently these days. Nothing in the near future, but next year I'll have stuff. So yeah, nothing in December, but in January I have a couple shows that I will film and put up first for people that follow me or that support me for $5. And like I said, the $10 gets all that, and the $10 Patreon gets to vote on the kits that I build. I always put up a poll, and they get to vote on the thing that I should build next. And often, sometimes if I'm going to purchase a kit, I will ask for input, and they will vote on the thing that I should purchase. One of the things that it's up for a poll that'll go up on Monday is a thing that they said, hey, you should build this. So I am. That's how that works. All right, so now I did this arm thing right the first time, which I didn't before. Take the hand off because we'll put the hand back later. Turn this into this way here. Okay, we got that. All right, great. Took that off. Now we build. Basically, we're going to just build the arm again, right? Nice and easy. We're just going to, build our components for arms. I should say, I'm going to quickly check the status, but I believe that my Patreon right now is at $90. I'm going to double check that. I apologize for looking at something on the internet while I am supposed to be building things for y'all, but I want to check it. So, see where we're at. Yes, I'm at $90 right now. When I hit $100, I will be doing a Q&A for just patrons. Just people to give $1 plus will get a message from me asking for questions, and I'll do Q&A for them. That's when I hit $100. When I hit $150 a month, which will happen at some point, the cool thing that'll happen then is that I will start streaming 3 times a week. That's right. If I can do $150 a month from Patreon, then I will start doing a Tuesday afternoon stream so that I can stream 3 days a week with y'all. I did the math, and with that extra money, the kits will move much faster because I'll be doing 3 times a week. But the benefit would be that I stream 3 times a week. So I think that's totally worth it. That's the hope, is that I can, get that done. But as always, just people watching and chatting. Right now, the chat is talking about a game that I have no experience with. Talking about some MMO stuff that I have no opinions on and can give no commentary to, other than to say it's cool that y'all are chatting about stuff and talking about game experiences that I did not have. I think that's cool. So good on ya. Good on you, chat. So we're building this arm here. Nothing really incredible to say. We did it before. I'm working on Game of the Year. I have a Game of the Year list that I'm doing. Just kind of like, just working on one. I do it every year. I kind of like think about my game list. Sometimes I'll put it up somewhere on a blog or something. I put it on my Tumblr, which I barely use these days. I don't really use my Tumblr. I don't promote it. It's Pat Baer, but I haven't posted in a very long time. So don't go there if you're looking for content, because there ain't content there. But yeah, I usually put up a list, so I'm working on mine right now. I played a game that is now on my list that I've been meaning to play for a bit. I don't want to talk too much about it. But it was I did play something that I really, really, really enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to talking about the games that I dug at the end of the year and sharing that with folks. I'll put links up to it when I post it, wherever I post it. I'll let y'all know where that ends up, because I think it's pretty cool. All right, so apparently at some point I was supposed to build, when I built one little tiny cool thing, I was supposed to build the other one at the same time, which I did not understand, and now I do, which is fine. So I'm going to go right that wrong and make the thing that I was supposed to make previously. So I'm going to go make that in just a second. 054. Yep, I was supposed to make 2 of these things. I didn't. I really goofed it up. So let's do that. I didn't even notice the ×2. I'm not used to that happening on one of these kinds of kits. So when it does, it catches me off guard. What else can I say? This is C. Great, we did it. I played Battleship Brigade. I loved Battleship Brigade. I really enjoyed it. Johnny Warp's talking about, whoops, what's up here? Windows feature update. It's time to install a new update. Okay, well, why don't you remind me tomorrow? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Giant announcement. That was weird. Apologize for that. I got a big thing show up on my screen. It's like, hey, it's time to do a thing. And it's like, no, it's not time to do a thing. I'm not doing a thing. But yeah, MacGruber rules. MacGruber is really fun. And I don't have anything really to say about that. Except I will talk about Battleship Brigade, because it is very, very fucking good. Really liked my time with that game. I've been playing it a bunch at PAXs. The last couple PAXs, they were pushing that pretty hard, and so I watched a lot of people play it. I played a bunch of it. I've got friends in the Adult Swim Games publishing arm, and so you hear about things here and there, and anytime they talked about that game, it seemed pretty legit that they were into it, because it's their job. They want people to buy all the games they publish, right? Like, that's the fucking bottom line, right? So I understand how sometimes you're like, yeah, man, it does this and this, and you're like, okay, whatever. But people seem in general to be really hype on that game. And overall, really, really enjoyed my time with it. I got to sink a little more time into Battle Chef because I'm not done with it. Um, but yeah, overall, I was really into what I have played of it, and I need to do more daily quests, and I need to finish the game. I have not finished it yet. I don't believe you need to finish a game in order to have an opinion on it, but I really enjoy it, so I want to finish it off. And I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I'm a pretty good puzzle gamer. Um, Match 3 stuff, I have a lot of experience, played a lot of those. I'm pretty good at them, understanding the systems and playing around. I also don't mind if I lose. You know, I don't mind starting over with those kinds of games because I'll just get better at it. So I need F. But yeah, I highly recommend Battle Chef Brigade. It is a Pat Baer recommendation. Yeah, I just got that notification, like I said, right now, and I did not read it. I just said, remind me tomorrow. This laptop, in general, I don't. I take it with me on the go, but it's a gaming laptop. Really, I bought this laptop that we're using right now so that I could run my 404 inch show on the road because it has a native HDMI out and it's got a little power to it, but also it's heavy. It's an Alienware and it's a heavy machine. It's good, but it's like I don't love putting it in my messenger bag, so I don't take it with me too much. So these days, most of the time, it just sits and waits for me to use it for live streaming, which is also nice because I now get to use it for something. Whereas for a while there, I was only using it when I traveled. Um, but it's great because I'll go to visit my folks in South Carolina and be able to do anything I want to do and not worry about it. So that's very nice. 820, because it'll just it's a fucking PC that's portable. So that's very nice. In general. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to remind myself to turn on my laptop tomorrow, get this stupid update, make sure do the research, make sure it doesn't break OBS and doesn't break Chrome or whatever. That the usual what does this destroy my PC questions. Find out the answers to that so that I have time to get things ready in case it does completely wreck things. Because you never know. It could. Could be a very bad update. It's happened before. I've updated my computer. Not this laptop, but I've updated computers before, and it was just like, oh, great, my drivers don't work for anything. I can't do anything on my computer now. That's not good. That has certainly happened before. Right, and we put this on here. Oh, so Cross X Hunter. So this spells out that's an M right here. So it's Ana Mana Gucci. This is a reward. This was designed by Brian, the creator of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, who's a big fan of Ana Mana Gucci. This was a Kickstarter reward for their album. The album that is really, really good and great. The Kickstarter that promised too much, and a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds should not have promised everything they needed to they promised in that, and eventually they sent out I think everything, but it took forever and it was bad luck. Don't promise custom anything. Custom cards. They were going to do glow-in-the-dark records, and the factory that was making them closed after they took their money. Everything, all the horror stories you hear about Kickstarter happened to Ana Mana Gucci. So it took forever because they had all these shirts that were done, but they didn't want to send out rewards until all the rewards came in to them. So eventually they had to start sending stuff out in waves. But yeah, that's what this shirt is. Yeah, and the Anamaguchi, like they do the Nerdist theme. Well, their first album was used by the Nerdist podcast, and then a few other podcasts also like used it in the early days. I think uh, Indoor Kids with Kumail used that theme for quite some time until they stopped being a podcast. But yeah, it's cool to like hear that band. Pete Berkman from Anamanaguchi went to UCB shows a lot, was around, and one day I kind of mentioned like, "Hey, I was at this party and I played Anamanaguchi," and he was like, "Wait, I know you from UCB. You're Pat Baer," and that was a very weird thing because like he's a dude, he's around, he's doing things, but like it's also in a pretty well regarded niche, but really good band. And for him to be like, "No, I know you. You rule," was like very cool. I haven't seen Pete in a bit, but he's a rad good dude. That's my take on Pete Berkman. Oh, rad dude. Oh, that was 13. Putting the hands together here. Put our arms on. We're making some moves. The Upright Citizens Brigade. So, Cross Hunter. So, here's the story about the UCB. Back in the day, the Upright Citizens Brigade were a Chicago-based group. Then they became they were a bunch of dudes, including like Horatio Sands was the original member, and some other folks. Rich Tallarico, who some people know from some British television, was an original member. But then eventually it became the four people of Matt Walsh, Ian Roberts, what the fuck, Matt Besser, and Amy Poehler. And the four of them moved to New York. They made a TV show. They also had a comedy theater. Now they have two comedy theaters in New York and two comedy theaters in LA. Well, thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. So basically, they took the money they made by making a sketch show and opened a comedy theater and a school, and it's huge in the U.S. As far as a training center goes. They teach classes all year round to quite a variety of students, and it's my job. My a night job, is that I'm the technical director here in New York. So I do 4 nights a week at our theater in the East Village, and I'm also in charge of all of the other tech people in our other location. We were in Chelsea up until literally this week, and that theater is moving to our new home in Hell's Kitchen. We got a bigger theater in Hell's Kitchen. I'm very excited about that. We're gonna go hang out with Daredevil, and it's gonna be rad, and it's kind of scary because we've been in that one location for so long that now we're not there anymore. It's kind of weird. All right, so I got to put these arms on, and I'm not really sure how to do that, so it'll take me a second to kind of get this going. But yeah. Hello, Bacon Robot Zero. Good evening to you. Harold, you're very kind. Cross Hunter. Yeah, the hands can be a little bit rough. I just did a fist on one side. Okay, so I've got to like figure out how they want this. So I think they want it like this. I'm talking to myself, but please let me think. Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So as it goes in, and then it locks in the back. Great, we got our arms in. That actually wasn't hard at all. It just took me a second, but it was actually pretty intuitive. So that's very nice. And these look pretty solid. As I said, the Real Grade Exia that I made seemed pretty flimsy. This is a solid piece. All right, so we're gonna put our shoulders on. We'll finish the shoulders, and then we'll probably wrap up. Uh, oh yeah, Nier Automata's music is great. I actually thought that I really enjoyed my time with Nier, but I thought I would love it more than I ended up loving it, if that makes sense. I assumed that I would be obsessed with it and so into it, and I liked it a lot. I just um, as I was playing it, as I was playing it, like it did at a certain point start to feel a bit like an obligation. Like I wanted to see it through, but the combat I got a little tired of, and there are ways to change it up, and I'm not saying that it wasn't inventive and interesting. It was certainly fucking really interesting and cool. But yeah, eventually I was like, well, I want to keep playing this because I want to see more stuff. But I got a little tired of it by the end. The music is very, very good, though. You're not wrong about that. All right, so we're working on our shoulder pieces. We'll finish our at least one of these shoulders, if not both, and then we'll wrap up. And then on Thursday we'll do the head, we'll do the wings, we'll do the shields, and that'll be it. And that might take the whole hour, or we might start a new one. I don't know for sure, but yeah, we won't obviously finish up tonight. Gundam Build Fighters, Wing Gundam redesigns. Yeah, I've looked at some of it. I haven't paid too much attention to Gundam Build Fighters. I like it as a concept. Just adjust that. Because I really liked Mega Man EXE, which is basically the same thing of like take what you know about Mega Man, make it so that someone's playing it as a game within the anime, in like a digital framework. And I'm into that. I'm very into that. So I'll probably watch more of it. 17 and 18. G17, 18. Okay. So here's G17. But yeah, I haven't looked at it too closely. I'll have to check out those designs. If you like them, that's definitely worth me taking a look at. Also, I will look and report back. What I ended up doing last night was I was watching a lot of YouTube stuff, and I was just clicking around and checking out what YouTube was recommending for me. And then I just rented Deadpool. I saw Deadpool. I just really wanted to laugh, and I wanted like a kind of an R-rated comedy, and it was great. I mean, it's a great movie. I already knew I liked it, so it's not like I hadn't seen it or anything. But I just like I don't know. I just wanted a bit of a break from reality, and it was a good break from reality. It's just a fucking, it's not a perfect thing, but considering that X-Men Orange is Wolverine, that was our Deadpool, to go from that to or is it Orange is Wolverine? I don't remember. But yeah, that shitty version of Deadpool to this version of Deadpool, I was like, okay, into it. Much more into that one. Yeah, I'm not making waves by saying it was fun, but it was pretty fun. You watched clips of YouTube, so 20 minutes ago, yeah. X-Men Oranges, yes, oranges. But yeah, I enjoyed the Deadpool. I think Ryan Reynolds, like, hey, he's wearing the whole suit the whole time. Like, the guy seems to get the character. The guy seems to really like the character. I'm in it for that. I think he was like a good, solid choice for the role. I think he does a good job with it. And I liked him. I liked his like version of Wade when we just saw him running around as Wade beforehand and some of the other stuff. I thought it was like a good performance. So yeah, what's not to like, And I think is a good use of Colossus, and I think what is it, Domino is going to be in this next one, and so that's fun. I'm into that. There's some character I don't, I watched the trailer and I didn't recognize one of the characters, and that's good because sometimes, it's good to not know who's who and what's what and all that. And T.J. Miller does a fine job in that movie, right? He's the comic relief to a comic relief character. So he's TJ Miller is not necessarily known for being the straight man, but in that performance, in that role of being the fun straight man to a psychopath that tells bad jokes, like, yeah, does a pretty good job. The real wonder is, uh, like, you can't put Spider-Man in an R-rated movie. Probably shouldn't put Spider-Man, especially with like Spider-Man being in the Avengers and like all that stuff. Like, they probably won't do it, but I really want Spider-Man to show up and and see that interaction. I think that would be cool. Also, like a teen Spider-Man, like I just think the idea of like I'm pretty new at being Spider-Man and I'm still figuring stuff out, and then just like, oh, this is too much. This dude is too fucking much. I think that there's comedy to be had in there, is what I'm saying. I can't remember what E looks like. I'm trying to find E. That's D. Here's E. It's blue. I've used this sheet like never, so that's why. That's why I couldn't find it. ESO. I've used this for 2 pieces so far, so that's why I could not find it, because it was at the bottom of my pile. Yeah, I'd like to see Coco Cross Hunter. I don't know when I would see that. I don't get to see movies as much as I would like. I just don't have a lot of time. I mean, I have time during the day, but I don't really have movie-going partners. Most of my movie-going partners want to see stuff like on the weekend, like opening weekends. So that does not necessarily work for me in my schedule. Because when I work all week, I kind of, on Friday, I'll go out. I'll certainly go out, but I don't love going out on a Friday night. I'm kind of a homebody. I need to recharge my batteries. Because while I am certainly an extrovert, I am an extrovert that runs on sleep and relaxation and me time. I need to recharge my batteries, or I am not a good version of Pat Baer. My coworkers know when I have not slept enough, because I am cranky and not my usual I would say often pretty fucking positive version of me. Yeah, what is sleep, right? I try to get enough. Like I'll go to bed a reasonable hour tonight, because I have a thing tomorrow afternoon before I go to work, and work isn't challenging on a Friday night. Or sorry, Sunday night for me. My Sunday night requirements for work aren't bad. I can kind of nail it. Can kind of sleep through it. It's a lot of stand up. It's some improv, but I don't have to call. There's only one improv show where I have to really call the blackouts. The other ones are on a timed. They're part of a timed thing, so I don't have to worry about it, which is handy. All right, so I got to put this piece on here, and then I need F3. Take that out. Yes, Johnny Warps. I know. Well, you'll be happy to know, Johnny, that due to my busy social life, next Saturday, so 1 week from this Saturday, next Saturday, I will be doing an afternoon stream. Instead of the evening stream, I will do Saturday afternoon. I'm going to look up exactly what I said. I believe it's 3 p.m. I'm going to look that up, so just give me a second to find that. Where I said that is it 3 o'clock. Yes, so December 9th, I will be doing a 3 p.m. Stream, because my annual Christmas party that I go to is that Saturday evening, and I'm not going to miss it. But I still wanted to give you a stream. So next Thursday will be the normal stream time. The usual. And then I will be back on my normal time this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time here this Thursday. And then the following Saturday, I'll do an afternoon stream instead of my evening stream. We're going to wrap up there. I'm going to do the other shoulder on Thursday because, like I said, I think next Thursday we'll probably just end up finishing this kit and maybe starting a new one. But we'll definitely finish on Thursday. and I'll have a tweet ready about the new one if we start a new kit. But we've got a shoulder, we got a head, we got a little bit of a backpack and some wings and a shield to build. So we'll get through that on Thursday. I want to thank you for joining me. We got a lot done today, and we've got obviously more to go. Um, I put them here in the chat there. My Ko-Fi, my Amazon wish list, and my Patreon. I'll put those in again. They'll be in the description here. Like I said, this archive will be up in a couple hours. It will be on for everyone tomorrow, up in a couple hours for $5 plus Patreon backers. Follow me here if you don't already follow. If you're just you just follow from the Twitter link. Follow on Twitch. I got 360 of you follow me here, which is rad. I'm putting links up to all my stuff. Twitter.com/PatBaer is the other one. I'm on PatBaer on everything. I'm on Instagram, but I don't use Instagram much anymore, so don't really follow me on Instagram. But it's PatBaer on Instagram because I didn't get on board. I didn't think Instagram was gonna be a thing, and then it was, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll get an account. But I did not have one at the original. So that's all of that. Last Brook, thank you for following me on Twitch. It's going to pop up. I got an email about it. It's going to pop up on stream in a moment. It did. There it is. Thank you very much for that. So that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, we're gonna finish our shoulder here. We're gonna put a head on it. We're gonna put a back and some wings, and that's coming up Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will tweet out the link on Twitter for that. Thank you for joining me. And if you're building anything at all, you didn't send it to me, send me a tweet. Take a photo of what you're working on, painting stuff, building stuff, all that. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye.